Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Maddie, and I'm really far away from the camera right now because I'm figuring out how to use this new lens that I have, and it's super zoom, so like usually with my other camera I could like reach it, but that lens is obviously different. So I wanted to talk about self-care because it's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and I just feel like it's so important. But I've just kind of been spending my free time in different ways, whether that's like reading a book or writing in my journal or like doing my calligraphy challenge that I'm doing, and like these things are just so much more fulfilling than like scrolling through Instagram and like being lazy, and like I feel like I'm actually like spending my time right. Like making an effort to do things for myself that I've always wanted to do, or like say like, ooh, that would be fun to do. I feel like I'm recently actually doing those things, and I feel like that is a huge part of self-care that no one really talks about. So I wanted to talk about it. I was actually listening to a podcast today by Rachel Whitehurst and Chris Hubbard, who run a podcast on SoundCloud and I think iTunes and maybe some other places, called Coffee with Rachel, and they were kind of just talking about like taking care of yourself or like investing in yourself, and I think that also kind of inspired me to talk about this because it was something I was already thinking about, and then they kind of like reiterated it, and I was like, damn, this is important, like I like this, so I want to talk about it. Sometimes talk about self-care as like eating a good meal or like going to the gym or like drinking some tea if you feel sick, and like all those things are important, don't get me wrong. I just feel like this is kind of another side of self-care that is equally as important, if not like not more important, but just still so important, but like almost forgotten about. So I guess like it just got me thinking about like how important it is to take the time and like do things for yourself and not put things off for other people because you like are doing something for yourself. And I feel like I'm sometimes bad at that. Like I think everyone is. If like you get asked to like go shopping or like hang out with a friend, you kind of say like, oh, I'll like go to the gym later, or I'll like clean my room later, or I'll like do this thing later even though I said I wanted to do it. And then you just so easily like don't end up doing that thing. And like I was just thinking about how like awful that is, because eventually all of those things where you say I'll do it later, or I'll do it this afternoon, or I'll do it tomorrow, it piles up and you never end up doing those things. And I feel like that is like, I feel like saying it's damaging is like really strong, but in a way it's really damaging. Like it like doesn't, like you're not fulfilling those things that you set out for yourself to do. And I feel like I've really been trying to focus on like not doing that and just really doing the things that I say I'm going to do for myself and sticking to it, because that is investing in yourself, and that's just so important. This is my journal. Also, that's how you throw the focus off the camera. But yeah, like I don't know if there's like anything I could pull out from here to like I guess, yeah, something I wrote about and something that I think is really important is like it isn't rude to say no to like doing something with someone else or for someone else if you told yourself that you wanted to do something for you. The more and more we say no, or like I'll do it later, or like it's not that important, like it's just something I wanted to do, like I just wanted to clean my room but I'll just do this instead, it's like you eventually don't do that thing, and then like you never did it, obviously. So it's just so important to actually stick to those things and like use your time to do the things that you said that you were going to do. And I don't mean like don't see your friends, don't hang out with like your family, or like do things like social things or like other plans that you have, because obviously you're not just going to only do things for yourself all the time and like put everyone out. But I just think it is important to make time and stick to making time for the things that you do or want to do for yourself. I feel like I used to be really bad at this when I would like try and go to the gym or like say like I'm gonna do this one thing for myself, but instead I would like hang out with a friend or like just do something else and like put it down the list, and like it just ends up at the bottom or like never getting done. Find a new hobby, do a hobby that you like, do something that you used to do all the time and don't do anymore. I have this little piece of paper of all the things that I've been doing lately that make me feel really happy, or just make me feel calm, or make me feel like I'm investing in myself and like fulfilling my time for like me and not anyone else. And honestly, some people might think that that's really selfish, and in a way it is, but I feel like there's good selfish and bad selfish, and I feel like all of these things that I'm talking about are ways that you can be good selfish, if that makes any sense. But all those little steps like day by day, or just all those little things that you plan to do, add up, and like it's so important to just stick to them, because eventually you aren't meeting those goals. If you never end up doing those things, you're forgetting about yourself and you're not making yourself a priority. I've read like 2 books this month, and for some people that's nothing, but for me, like, I don't know, that's just really like awesome. And I feel like I always say like I want to read more, but like it's so simple. Like you just actually need to do it. Yesterday I was at the mall waiting for to meet up with Jared, and like usually in that time I would spend it like scrolling through Instagram, and I thought about that. I was like, oh, I'll just go on my phone. But like instead I opened up this journal and just wrote like kind of ideas or thoughts down, and like now the next day here I am filming a video. Like that's creating something. And it's just like, if I went and scrolled through my phone, like who knows, like I probably wouldn't film this video. I wouldn't have this thought in my journal. I'm not saying that this is like a breakthrough like thing, like, oh, I wrote a journal entry, but like it's just little things of like how you choose to spend your time, and like how meaningful they can be. And like you might not know how meaningful they can be if you don't do it. That's pretty much like what I wanted to just spew out at you guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to say anything else, I would love to read it in the comments. And if you want to subscribe for more videos where I just sit down and have one of these moments of like, I need to talk about this, then subscribe. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.